everybody, I'm Tabby Bell and welcome back to my channel. So today we are doing a glowy skin tutorial and it is such a long awaited video. I have wanted to do this since I started the channel because I grew up with really oily skin. So I had to overcompensate and make my skin really matte all the time growing up, and it wasn't fun. I always saw people with dewy skin and they just look so young and so fresh and so pretty, and I was just always so jealous. And you know, I know a lot of people think that if you're a little bit older that you can't do it just because it makes you look, I don't know, whatever you guys think, but you can. You just have to know how to do it right and take the right steps to get there. And that's what I'm here to do today. I'm going to show you how to get a beautiful glowy skin, and it is going to be so much fun. So without further ado, if you would like to see how I got this glowy skin look, then keep on watching. So the first step in this routine is going to be your skin. And I know it's kind of cliche to say, and it's like, oh my gosh, there's so many people talking about skin. But when you are working with any kind of makeup, your skin is going to project onto your makeup. So whatever lies beneath your makeup is what your makeup is going to kind of take on. So you need to make sure that when you are going for a look like this, that your skin is as healthy and as clear as can be. And if it's not perfectly clear, like you see, I have a little situation happening. I have one here and one here as well. I used a Glam Glow mask and kind of got them down. But what I mean is you want your skin to be clear. You don't want dry or flaky or patchy anything. So what I recommend doing and what I usually do is when washing your face at night, the night before you want to try this, you want to exfoliate. So using an exfoliating wash is going to remove any dry or patchy or flaky skin on your face. The reason you don't want to do it right before you do your makeup is because then your skin might have a little redness, a little irritation, something like that. And it's just better to do it the night before. So I usually exfoliate the night before. Then when I wake up and before I do my makeup, I like to use a cream wash. So when you use a cream wash, what this does is it replenishes any hydration in your skin. It's very soothing and it's very just complimentary of the skin, and it will refresh you and just take you to a better place in your skin. But the last thing you want to make sure you're doing is hydrating your skin. Before you do your makeup, you want to put on a very moisturizing moisturizer. I like to use this Clinique Moisture Surge 72 Hour. This is my favorite product because it is super moisturizing. Neutrogena has one as well that is blue. I will link both of these in the description box down below, but this is a little more pricey because it's Clinique, but the Neutrogena one I've tried too, and it's almost the exact same product. I literally love this because they had a great sale going on at Ulta on the 21 Days of Beauty, so I stocked up on these, which is my favorite, but Neutrogena works as well. But you want to make sure that you apply it to your skin, and you don't want to immediately apply makeup afterward. You want to give that about 10 to 15 minutes to completely soak into your skin. That way when you go to apply your makeup, you won't have any balling, you won't have any pull up, you're just going to have a clean, hydrated, smooth surface. Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about that is optional is an illuminating moisturizer. Today I'm going to be using the Glam Glow Glow Starter in Nude Glow. This is a really great option because it is a moisturizer, but it also has some illumination to it. So I'm going to apply this to my face just to have a little bit more moisture, but it's also going to add just a little bit of illumination to the skin, and it's really going to get my skin just shiny and ready to go. Like I said, your skin is going to project whatever you put on top of it. So you're going to want a good base for your face. Get it? I know, I'm a dork. Ignore me. Anyway, so you can see that my face is a lot more shiny. I have a lot of redness on camera right now. It doesn't look like that in my mirror, but I'm also in front of lighting that's very hot and irritating. But So this is a really good option. Of course, I will link all of the products used today down below in the description box if you want to check them out. But this is a really great option just for a little bit of moisture. And if you are looking for something like a moisturizer that you want to use, I really like this one. I got this as a gift for my birthday from Sephora, and I mean, it's been lasting me a little bit, but whenever I run out, I will definitely be repurchasing that because I like it. Okay, so now we're going to talk about primer. Now, I have a few options for primer, but what you want to stay away from when doing a dewy or glowy look is you want to kind of stay away from matte, because matte is going to, you know, dry you out. When you use a dewy primer, you are helping your skin to not close up and not shut everything off. You're opening everything and making it brighter. So I have a couple that I would like to show you guys just so you guys can see options, and every single one of these is a drugstore primer. I really like drugstore dewy primers. So the first one I'm going to show you is by NYX, and it's called Honey Do Me Up. It is a really nice one. Now, when you're looking for a primer for glowy skin, you can either get a dewy one or you can get an illuminating one. Illuminating is going to be a lot more bright. So if you want a really bright glowy look, then I would get an illuminating primer, which is, I have here the Born to Glow Illuminating Primer by NYX. These are both by NYX. And this one is really beautiful, and this one is going to be a little less obvious. This one's going to be a lot brighter. The last one I have is the Milani Prime Light Face Primer. This one's really great, and this one is strobe. This one is the brightest one I have. It's very affordable. But today I am going to be going with the Born to Glow by NYX, which is my personal favorite of the three. If I just want a more dewy look for the day, I will go with the Honey Do Me Up. If I want something extreme, I will go with the Milani Prime Light. But today I just want to keep it in the middle. So I'm going to apply my primer. And just really, you want to really settle this into the skin and get it really pressed in nicely. My face is starting to look like a disco ball. So you can see why I've done this, because now my skin is literally just glowing, and it is going to project that. If I had not put on a dewy primer, if I had put on a matte primer, we would be back to square one. There would be no dew underneath the makeup, and I would have to rely too much on foundation for that illuminating. You get it. So just remember to try and stay away from mattes. Check out a dewy or an illuminating primer. So the next thing we are going to talk about is Illuminator. So I didn't know whether to put this first or in the middle, because illuminators are one of those products where you can use it before your makeup, you can use it after, or before foundation, after foundation, or you can mix it into your foundation depending on how dewy you want to look. So I have two here. I have the Master Strobing Liquid in the color 100 Light by Maybelline, and I also have the color Original by Iconic London. Now this one is really bronzy, so I am going to stick with the Master Strobing Liquid today. I really like this product. It is so beautiful, and it is so stroby, you guys. I love drugstore products for illuminating looks. So this is completely optional. You do not have to do this to have a really dewy or bright skin, but I got a little too much. I like to do this just because it really enhances the skin, but you do not need this. Once I have it on, you guys are gonna think I am crazy, but this is just one of those tricks I use because my skin has become a little more dull. If your skin is naturally like oily, you don't need this, I promise. But my skin is a little dull, so I like to apply this just to add that final touch before I go in with foundation. So right now, just to kind of set this, because I'm going to try and not set my face today as much, I am going to use a Dewy Finish Finny Volume by NYX. And this will just kind of give me a little bit, and it will set some of that illumination down on the skin. Okay, so now we're going to go into foundation. So for foundation, you can kind of use what you want here. So if you're planning on not overly setting your face, then you can use any foundation you want, really. I wouldn't really go with a really luminous one, just because you're gonna have a lot more going on underneath your skin. So, but I would also try and not go towards super mattifying ones that are gonna dry you out. So today I chose the Urban Decay All Nighter Foundation. This is a great foundation because it's not really drying and it's not super dewy. It's kind of somewhere in the middle. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply my foundation. Okay, so once you have your foundation on, I'm trying not to get it on my eyes because I'm going to go in with concealer, but once you have your foundation on and it's set really nicely, you can choose if you want to go in with some more liquid illuminator. I think I'm going to add just a tiny, 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 tiny drop just to add that illumination back onto the skin, because we might have lost just a little bit of it while applying the foundation. Okay, that is beautiful. So I'm gonna go ahead and do concealer, and I think I'm gonna just go with some Tarte Tape Shape today. Okay, so we're just gonna apply our Tarte Tape Shape where I normally do it. So this can also help you a lot when you are trying to have a dewy look. You want to make sure that you use a lighter concealer, because that will naturally highlight the places you want highlighted, and you're going to look a lot more fresh and a lot more youthful that way. Go ahead and blend this in. Okie dokie. So once you have your face completely concealed and foundationed, then we are going to set the face a little bit. So what I really recommend when you are doing a dewy look is you don't want to lose the dewiness that you've applied, because if you use a heavy powder like if you use a heavy powder like Laura Mercier, you're gonna lose a lot of that. So you can totally choose not to set your face. I am not going to set my face today. I am only gonna set where I crease. So right under my eyes, on a little bit around my nose area, and that's pretty much it, because I don't wanna lose all this dewiness. So I am going to go ahead and do that. And for my powder today, I'm going to be using the Hourglass Veil powder. This is a little bit pricey, but it is so worth it if you do not want to lose all of the dewiness on your face, because it's super, super light. There's no talc. It's just a very, very light powder that is so soothing on the face. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I will be right back. Okay, you guys, so I went ahead and just did a very light contour. I did my brows, and we are going to highlight. So I have a couple that I want to talk about. So my OG favorites are the MAC highlighters, which are really cool. I have this one in Beaming Blush. I have Becca Champagne Pop here, and then I have the Master Chrome, and I think I am gonna go Master Chrome today. This is in the shade 100. I absolutely love this. I think this is amazing, and I'm going to add this because it is a really like bronzy babe kind of look. So I'm just gonna add it to the cheekbones. So when you are highlighting for a glowy look, you wanna make sure that you don't overdo it. You want to have a very natural look, right? You don't wanna look like you just walked off of, you know, I don't know. I didn't know what I was saying there. But just put it in the places that are very natural and very pretty on the skin. You don't want to look overdone. You want to look very natural. Okie dokie. So I think it looks really, really, really pretty on the skin. It's just a great highlighter, you guys. I can't say that that I've found one that's drugstore that's this amazing, but this one in the color 100 from Maybelline is absolutely incredible. I am going to add a very small amount to my brow bone. So I'm going to take a little tiny brush and go in with Champagne Pop under my brow bone. And that will just kind of tie the eyes in with the face. So for my eyeshadow, because I also did eyeshadow off camera, I did a very, very neutral eye. I wanted to do something very simple, and I added a little bit of shimmer. So that's actually a little tip. If you add just a little bit of shimmer into the front of your eye, you are going to get that glowy look that ties in everything. So that is great. So a couple tips I want to throw in is, number one, you want to stay away from a harsh contour when you are doing a glowy look. Number two, you want to do a natural brow. You don't, I mean, you can do harsh contour or whatever you want, obviously. But when I go for a glowy look, it's about being natural and young and fresh. And if you are putting a bunch of harsh makeup all over your face, it's not gonna look young and it's not gonna look fresh. If you do a really natural brow and you do a very natural bronzy contour, and then you just do a natural glowy highlight, you are going to look very young and fresh. And so also my last tip is I like to do a glossy lip. So I am going to go ahead and use a nude lipstick. This is Naked by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm going to go ahead and do a really light pink nude lip and put gloss. And then we'll throw on some gloss. And having a glossy lip just really ties the whole thing together. Okie dokie. There we go. Okay, you guys, so here is the final look. My skin is glowing for the gods. I feel so glowy and just summery right now. And since we are headed into fall and winter, it's good to keep up that summer glow and just keep your skin bright and beautiful. Thank you guys so much for watching me today. And if you did like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Let me know what your favorite part of highlighting is. Like, is it the primer, or is it the illuminator, or the highlighter itself? Let me know in the comments down below. Feel free to put any suggestions down there as well. You can follow me on any social media at tabibellbeauty, all one word. And I will see you tomorrow for another brand new video. So make sure you come back and watch it. I love you guys so much. Thank you. Bye.